Hari Om dear students, welcome to our second lesson, Mother Tell Us a Story. I have divided this lesson into two parts. Now we are going to deal with the first part of the lesson, and this is really a very interesting lesson about stories. In the title itself, you might have understood that it is something related to stories. You can see here, Mother Tell Us a Story. That means children were asking Mother to tell a story, isn't it? Hope you can understand the meaning of the title. So here are the children, they were asking their mother to tell a story. Okay? Probably you too might have asked your parents or grandparents many times to tell stories, isn't it? Yeah. And they too might have told you a lot of stories also, isn't it? And now, in this story, Mother Tell Us a Story, we are going to discuss about a story which had happened long ago, like when there were no stories to tell. Okay? And actually, it is an African folk tale. African folk tale. What do you mean by folk tale, children? Folktale in the sense, it is a kind of a story which is moved from one generation to another generation just by telling or narrating stories, not by just writing on paper or some scriptures. Okay, folk tales are the tales which are transferred from one generation to the another generation, from generations together, just by narrating the stories are called as folk tales, or you can also call them as a fairy tales. Okay, so now the story which we are going to deal with, or the lesson which we are going to deal with, is such kind of a African folk tale in which we are going to discuss about a story where there were no stories to tell long ago. There were no stories to narrate to the children. Okay, hope you have understood the meaning of the title of the story. So before starting this lesson, children, once you to read the textbook so that you can clearly understand the lesson. Hope you will read the lesson and start listening to this video. Okay, hope you will do it. Yeah, as I told you children, this story is a folk tale, and you know what you mean by folk tale now. And here, let us start the lesson with an activity. Okay, are you ready children? Yeah, let us start. So here, some pictures are given. These are the pictures of some children's stories, and few words are given here in the box. Okay, see here. Write the names of these characters from some famous children's stories. Choose from the box. So these are the pictures of the characters in the famous children's stories. Even you too might have seen or heard of these characters. Now you have to identify these characters from this clue box which is given here. Okay? Yeah. So, here is the first picture. Can you identify who is this? From the box here, Snow White, Pinocchio, Aladdin, Cinderella, Mowgli, Rapunzel. Yeah. So here it is a picture of Cinderella, isn't it? The character of the name of this character is Cinderella, isn't it? And if you just look at the second picture here, what is the name of this character? We all know it very well, isn't it? It is Mowgli. How many of you have seen this, children? This is really a very interesting story about a boy who was wandering in the forest itself, isn't it? Yeah. And here, what is the name of this character? Snow White. What is it? Snow White. And next one here, what it is? Aladdin. Isn't it? And here is some picture of a cartoon. Hope you have identified it. Yeah, it is Pinocchio. And last one you can easily say it is Rapunzel. Isn't it? Hope you have identified all the pictures here, children. So the first one here it is Cinderella, and the next one Mowgli, and then Snow White, and here is Aladdin, and then Pinocchio and Rapunzel. Okay, these are the famous characters of some of the children stories. Hope you have enjoyed this activity. As I told you, children, this story especially, it takes us back to the ancient times. What do you mean by ancient time, children? It takes us long back where writing was not even invented. Before writing was invented. So that we are talking about a story now where there was not even writing was there. Even writing was not there at that time. So now we are going to discuss about such kind of a period where there is no scope of writing even. Okay, that's why I told you that it is a folk tale, because it is transferred from one generation to another generation just by narrating or telling. Okay, so here this story, it takes us back to the ancient times, ancient in a sense long ago, old times, where there was not even writing was there. And here we are going to discuss, where do stories come from? That is a big question, na? Where do stories come from, children? You tell me. Immediately you will be saying that, madam, probably from my parents or grandparents or the storybooks or from internet. Isn't it? Now there are many answers to this question. Where do stories come from? But long ago, there is no answer for this, isn't it? Different cultures explain the origin of stories differently. This popular folk tale from Africa describes how a woman found stories for her children. So where do stories come from? Each and every culture has its own answer to this. And now we are going to discuss about a African tale where here a woman found a lot of stories for her children. So now in this story we are going to discuss how the woman found stories for her children. Okay. So hope you have understood it. Now let us start the story. Mother, tell us a story. It's really a very interesting lesson. Shall we start, children? Yeah, let us start. Mother, tell us a story. Manza's children said when they sat around fire at night. So here you can see in the first picture the children at night they sat beside the fire and the children were asking their mother, tell us a story. So the children were asking their mother to tell a story. And here mother name is Manza. What is the name of mother Nanaya? Manza. Okay. So the children were asking Manza, mother, tell us a story. And here Manza couldn't think of a story. Manza, she couldn't think of any story. However, hard she thought. No one else in the village knew stories. So when the children asked Manza, that is their mother, mother, please tell us a story. Manza here, she thought a lot to tell the story to the children. But she couldn't get any story. And also she had asked other villages, other people in the village, but no one else in the village knew the story. Nobody in the village knew any story. They don't know any single story. Okay. So here one night children asked Manza to tell a story. And she thought very hard to tell a story to the children. But she couldn't tell because she didn't get any stories. She was unable to say. Okay. And she had even asked the other people in the village, but nobody knew any story. Okay. And the village where these story-seeking children lived was in Zululand in Africa. So where this had happened, like when these children were asked, this had happened in a place called Zululand, where children in Zululand in Africa. So the story seeking of the children had happened in the place of Zululand in Africa, and from then onwards people started searching for stories. See here. People hunted for meat or tilled the land in the village. Sometimes they fished or caught crabs. The villagers who were clever with their hands wove baskets and made wooden carvings. The cleverest of them was Zenzeli, Manza's husband. He carved birds, trees, plants, flowers, and animals. However, he knew no stories. So, when these children asked stories, Manza she couldn't tell, and no one in the village also knew about stories because all of them were very busy in their work. See, all the villagers they used to go for hunting. Hunting for what, children? Hunting for meat or tilled the land. What do you mean by tilled the land? Ploughing the land. Okay, ploughing the land in the village. And sometimes they used to fish also. Okay, so they used to go for fishing or also catch crabs. You all know crabs and fishes very well, isn't it? Yeah, they used to catch these fishes or crabs for their meal. And the villages, some of few villages, they used to wave baskets. Okay, some of the villagers who are very intelligent, or you can say clever, they used to weave baskets and make wooden carvings. See here, a villager here, he is he is waving a basket. Okay, so in this way, some of the villagers they used to weave the baskets and also wooden carvings. And among all these people, the cleverest of them was a Zenzeli. Who is Zenzeli here? Zenzeli was Manza's husband. Who is Manza here? She is Manza, mother of these children. What is the name of mother here? Manza, isn't it? So Manza's husband is Zenzeli. Okay. So he carved birds, trees, plants, flowers, and also animals. That means he used to make different carvings on the what do we call a frame or some photo or some flat structure. He used to carve. Okay, carve the pictures of a birds, trees, plants, flowers, and other some animals also. But though he was able to do all these things, he don't know any stories. Okay, so in this way, Manza she couldn't find any stories from the villagers. Okay, children? Yeah. One day, Zenzeli told Manza, "Go, look for stories. I will look after our home and children." So, Zenzeli, see here you can see the picture of Zenzeli who is carving some pictures on the wooden frame. See how beautifully he is making wooden some pictures on the wooden frame. He is carving. I told you no, he is carving some fishes or some animals, flowers. In this way, he used to make beautiful frames. So one day, what did he say? He said to Manza that you just go and find some stories for the children and I will take care of the home and children. He said that you just go and find as the children are asking for stories, you go and search for the stories and I will be at home and will look after the children and as well as all the responsibilities. Okay, who said this? Who said children? Zenzel told to Manza. Okay, Manza is a mother and Zenzel is a father. Both of them are wife and husband. And Manza thought it was very good idea. So she thought that yes, it's really a very good idea. And she packed some food and kissed her children with her basket on her head and the colorful beads on her dress. Swaying, Manza set out to look for stories. So Manza, she thought that yes, it's really very good idea. Now I'll go and search for the stories. By saying that, she packed some food and she kissed her children as she loves a lot. And she took the basket of the food and some fruits and everything she kept on her head and she started moving. She was wearing a colorful beads on her dress and just by swaying, that means by just saying bye, Manza, she set out for stories. She set out, that means she went out to search for the stories. Okay? Hope you have understood, children. Children asked Manza to tell a story, and as she couldn't tell any story, she asked other villagers and even her husband, but nobody knew stories. So Manza's husband Zenzeli, he told that you just go out and find the stories. I will look after the family. She too agreed for that and she started going for stories. On her way of searching for stories, Manza, she had seen a hare and she started speaking to hare. So a hare looked at her curiously. Manza knew that the hare was a tricky fellow, but she decided to ask him if he knew any stories. You never know who can be of help. So on her way she had seen a hare and hare was also, see here is the picture of a hare. Hare was also looking at Manza very curiously and Manza, she know that hare is very tricky fellow, tricky in a sense very intelligent and here she decided to ask. Though she know that the hare is a very tricky one, very clever one, Manza, she thought of asking hare if he knew any stories because people or the things they can be of our help at any time. Maybe if hare knows, it may tell, isn't it? By expecting that, this Manza thought of asking hare about the stories. So she started asking, "Oh, clever hare," she said in a flattering tone. "Do you know any stories? My children want to hear stories every evening." So Manza asked the hare here, "Oh, clever hare," she said in a flattering voice. Flattering in a sense what? Praising. Okay. So she said in a flattering voice, "Oh, clever hare, you are very clever." So in the words itself, she started flattering or praising. Whom? Hare. Do you know any stories? Because my children, they want to hear stories every evening. If you know, can you tell me? Mansa was asking whom? Hare. Okay? And here, Hare is answering. Let us see what does Hare say. Stories? The hare said, "I know millions, but I have more important things to do." So saying, he bounded off. So, what did hare say? Did he tell any stories to Mansa? No, he didn't tell. The hare said that, "Yeah, I know millions of stories. I know millions. That means I know many, many stories. But now I can't tell you because I have very important things to do now. Now I have no time to tell you stories." By saying that, she bounded off. Bounded off in the sense, ran off. See here I have given you the meaning. Ran off with leaping stripes. Like no, but just by jumping, it had ran off. And the other meaning here, tilled the land. In the previous paragraph, we have come across this word, tilled the land. That means prepare the land to grow crops, like ploughing. I told you, no? Yeah. And trickster. Trickster in the sense someone who plays tricks on people. So here, hare is really a trickster. Okay. So when Manza asked Hare if he knew any stories, Hare said that, "Yeah, I know many stories, in fact millions of stories, but now I don't have any time to tell because I have many important things to do." By saying this hare had ran away. Okay, children? Manson knew that he was lying. He had no stories. He was a real trickster. So when Hare said that, what did Hare say? He said that I know millions of stories, but now I don't have time to say. I have many important things to do it. So when Hare said this, Mansa, she knew that definitely this Hare is lying because he is a trickster. What do you mean by trickster, children? The one who plays tricks, isn't it? So Mansa thought that the Hare was a real trickster. And then after that, Mansa, she met Fanny. So here who is Fanny? Fanny the baboon. So here is a Fanny. Fanny, it's an animal here. You can see and identify it's a monkey, isn't it? So the Mansa met Fanny the baboon and she was playing with her babies. So here the Fanny is playing with the baby. Fanny is a monkey and here the monkey is playing with the babies. And she called, do you tell your kids stories? So Mansa went to Fanny and she asked, do you tell stories to your children? And then this Fanny, it asked that, what stories? I'm busy keeping my babies fed and warm. I have no time for anything else. So here, Fanny the baboon, it said that, no, what stories? What are the stories? I don't know any stories. And in fact, I'm very busy in keeping my children, feeding them and making them sleep. In this way, I am really very busy. Who said this? Fanny said. So when Mansa asked for story, she said that no, I don't have any time for all those things. I'm very busy with my kids. Sighing, Mansa went on. She saw an owl in a wild fig tree. Oh, owl, she called, do you have any stories for me to take home? The owl was upset because her sleep has been disturbed. You woke me up for stories, she hooted. Humans cannot live in peace and always looking for something. She grumbled as she settled down and began to nod off again. Mansa walked on sadly. So when Fanny and this Hare, they said that they don't know any story, she just moved on in her journey to find her stories, and on her way she had seen an owl. You can see the owl here. She had seen an owl on a wild fig tree. Where did she see? She saw it on a wild fig tree, and immediately Mansa asked the owl, oh, owl, do you have any stories for me to take home? And immediately our owl, she got a lot of angry and she was upset. She said that, oh, why have you woke me up? You woke me up just for stories. For the sake of stories, you woke me up. She hooted. What do you mean by hoot? The sound of an owl is said in such a way. Okay, they hoot. They make some noise, no? That we call it as a hoot. So here, this owl hooted in such a way that you woke me up for stories. You human beings never live in peace. You can't live happily and you can't live peacefully. Always you'll be searching for one or the other thing. By saying this, owl grumbled again. The owl, she settled down again and she started sleeping on the branch. And just by seeing all this, Mansa, she walked on very sadly because couldn't find stories even with this owl also. After that, she saw an elephant ears flapping as he ate bananas. Kind elephant, she said, do you know any stories? My children are hungry for some tales. Where can I look for them? So Mansa, when she couldn't find stories from This owl also, she continued her journey, and on her way she saw an elephant. You can see the picture of elephant here, and the elephant was flapping its ears, and it had just eaten many bananas. And Manza, it went to elephant and said, "Oh, kind elephant, yeah, very kind. Do you have any stories? My children are hungry for some tales. Where can I look for them?" she asked. First, she asked, "Do you know any stories?" And later, if you don't know, please tell me, where can I find it? Where can I look for them? Because my children are very hungry for some tales. When Manza asked in such a pleasing way, immediately this elephant said that elephant felt very sorry for her. "I don't know any stories," he said, "but the king of birds, the eagle, flies high in the sky and sees many things others do not." "That is good idea," Manza exclaimed. "Thank you." So when Manza asked elephant in such a pleasing way, "Do you know any stories, or can you tell me where can I find some stories?" Immediately elephant, she felt very sorry for Manza, and she said that, "I don't know any stories in fact, but I will give you one idea." What this idea is here? The king of birds. Who is the king of birds here? The eagle. It flies high in the sky. Who flies high in the sky? The eagle, the king of birds. He flies high in the sky and he sees many things which we cannot see. So you can ask that eagle. Eagle might be knowing some stories. Who gave this idea, children? Elephant gave this idea to whom? Manza. Okay? And then Manza said, "Yes, it is really a good idea." By saying that, Manza said, "Thank you. I'll go and meet now." Whom? Eagle, said Manza. Mansa saw the great fish eagle near the mouth of the Tugela River, a river in South Africa, swooping down from the sky, talons outstretched to grab a fish. So Mansa, when she was searching for eagle, she had seen the eagle at the river Tugela, and she was waiting to hunt or to catch the fish with its talons. What do you mean with talons? With the nails here, it will try, it will just, it is outstretched now. The moment it sees the fish, it will catch and fly away, isn't it? So she's waiting for such a situation. Here the eagle is fishing. Okay. And when Manza went there, she started asking, "Oh, great eagle," she called. Startled, the eagle dropped the fish he had picked up. He landed on the shore near Manza. "What do you want?" he asked. "Oh, great and wise eagle," Manza said flatteringly, for the eagle was a vain bird. "My children are hungry for stories, but we have none. Do you know of any that I can take back to them?" So Mansa, she went to the eagle and she started asking, "Oh, great eagle." The moment Mansa said, "Oh, great eagle," when the eagle was fishing, no, it was almost, it just caught one fish and it is about to get it. And immediately dropped the fish and just looked at Mansa, and it came to a shore and just stood on a rock. You can see here, eagle. Okay. Hope you can see it. And this Manza, she continued to ask eagle. And this eagle asked first, "What do you want?" And immediately the Manza said that, "Oh, great and wise eagle, I need some stories because my children are hungry for stories, but we have none. Do you know any stories that can I take back to them? So when Eagle asked, "What do you want?" Manza immediately said that, "Do you know any stories? My children are hungry for stories. If you know anything, I will take them to my children." So, in this way, Manza asked who? Eagle. Well, the eagle said, feeling important. I'm wise, but I only know of things on earth. There is one who knows the secrets of the deep and dark ocean. Perhaps he could help you. I'll try and call him for you. Stay here and wait for me. So Mansa waited for the fish eagle to return. So when this eagle heard the request of Mansa, you can see Mansa here. When Mansa requested eagle for the stories, immediately eagle said that, okay, I know the things only on the earth, but I know one person, or I know one in the sense you can imagine an animal here. I know one animal who knows even the secrets of the deep sea, dark deep sea, and perhaps he may help you. Definitely he'll be helping you. So now I'll try and call him. I will go and call him. Now you just stay here itself and wait for me. By saying this, eagle went to bring or call that animal. And even Manza waited there itself for the fish eagle to return. Okay, children? So, Manza, who was in search of stories, first met Hare. She couldn't find stories from Hare, and then she met Fanny the monkey. And there also she couldn't get any stories, and then later she met an owl. There also she couldn't get any stories, and then she met elephant, and elephant told to meet eagle. And here the eagle went in search of getting some other animal who will definitely help our Mansa to find stories for her children. Okay, dear children, hope you have understood this. Next part will continue in the next video, and hope you have understood it. If you have any doubts, try to call me so that we'll clarify your doubts. Hari Om. Thank you.